2025 is going to be a year of major change and transformation. It is the beginning of a brand new global cycle. Why do I say this? Because we're going to have 3 outer planets changing signs. This is a big deal, my friend. Saturn and Neptune are both going to leave Pisces and enter bold, fiery, just say yes, take a risk, Aries, entering into brand new territory, venturing forward, even if we don't know we can succeed at something, following an inspired vision. And we're also going to have Uranus entering Gemini. Now in this video, I want to focus on Saturn and Neptune entering Aries, and I want to break this down for you and let you know what this means for you personally. I'm not going to go into the global ramifications at this point. I will do separate videos for each of these transits, but because astrology can help prepare us ahead of time and get us thinking about what do we want to build in Saturn energy? What do we want to envision in Neptune energy? Because of this, I wanted to do this video for you now. Big picture, Saturn and Neptune coming together because they will conjunct almost exactly in 2025. I'll give you the dates shortly. Big picture, this is an invitation for us to claim our freedom, to tap into an inspired vision that is led by your soul, and to say yes to co-creating this in tribe, in community, not just trying to do it all alone, but to do it in community so we get that support. Wherever this transit is happening in your natal chart, my friend, which I will tell you about when we get to the 12 sign readings, wherever it's happening for you personally in your chart, this is where Saturn is calling you to commit, to put the hard work in, to say yes to your destiny. And with Neptune wrapping up its 15-year cycle, 15 years in Pisces, entering Aries, this does mark the beginning of a new global era, especially as it is coinciding within months of Pluto in Aquarius, also signaling a new era, finally re-entering Aquarius for good mid-November of 2024. So in this video, I want to share with you what you can begin to think about regarding the themes of Saturn and Neptune entering Aries, how you can finesse the positive potential of these transits, and also who will most feel the ingress of Saturn and Neptune in Aries. And then in part 2 of this video, I will be doing readings for all 12 signs, letting you know where you'll be experiencing this and pulling an oracle card for each of the 12 signs as well. So before I get more into it, I want to say hello and welcome if you are new to the channel. I'm so glad you found us. This is a like-minded community. If you want to feel empowered through astrology and you want to find your tribe, be sure and subscribe so you don't miss a video. Hello and welcome back to those of you who've been watching my videos. If you have not yet subscribed and you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe. It makes a huge difference to the success of my channel. Happy Sunday to those of you who are joining us in the chat during the premiere of this video. Tap the like button, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts about this transit. I'm Betsy. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach and the author of the book, The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. And in my videos, as well as my professional astrology consultations, I like to weave together spiritual principles, divine insights, and Western tropical astrology. Stay tuned till the end of the video where I will tell you a little bit more about my astrology consultations as well as my coaching and how you can get a free instant download, my gift to you that will help connect you to your heart and your unconditionally loving spiritual guides. I write about the astrology between videos. If you'd like to get my weekly inspirational astrology updates direct to your inbox before they go out on social media, go to my website, subscribe for free, and you will get that free instant download gift right away. So first, let me give you the dates of Saturn and Neptune entering Aries. Neptune will be the first to enter Aries, March 30th, 2025. It will stay there until October 21st, so it will be there for about 7 months before it retrogrades back briefly into Pisces and then returns to Aries to stay January 26th of 2026. And Neptune will then be in Aries until 2039. Saturn will ingress into Aries on May 24th, 2025, and travel between 0 and 1 degrees of Aries until September 1st of 2025. So that's about 3 months. And then it will retrograde back into Pisces until February 14th of 2026, where it will then re-enter Aries and stay there until April of 2028. And significantly, Saturn and Neptune will conjoin, they will come together, and this is a major transit. It is extremely rare. We will all be feeling this globally. They will come together mid-July of 2025. They will be almost exact around 2 degrees. And then February 20th of 2026, they will perfect their conjunction. They will come together exactly at 1 degree, 40 minutes Saturn and 1 degree, 44 minutes Neptune. Keep in mind, this is significant, that between May of 2025 and March of 2026, Saturn and Neptune will be 0 to 2 degrees apart. They will technically be in conjunction, which of course means that we're going to be feeling their combined energies palpably. Now, who will feel these energies most significantly, most personally? As Saturn and Neptune are leaving Pisces, when they are in the high degrees of Pisces, their transit will most affect those of you who have planets or points in the very high degrees, 27 to 29 degrees, of the mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. And once both Saturn and Neptune enter Aries, those of you with planets or points in the cardinal signs, the early degrees of the cardinal signs, so I'm going to say 0 to 2 degrees, perhaps 0 to 3 degrees, and this is Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, you will feel this transit most intensely. And that said, because this transit indicates a global shift of big energies, Saturn and Neptune, especially when they are conjunct, we will all feel this on a global level. So Saturn's ingress into Aries, why is this a big deal? Well, first of all, Saturn energy is about building. It's about creating a structure, a foundation for something that is important to you in your life. Saturn rules practical planning and steps. It's our responsibilities, it's our commitments, it's where we're being held accountable or where we are holding someone else accountable. It's where we can feel limited, where we can feel like we have to jump through somebody else's hoops or someone is saying, no, you can't have that right now. There can be delays, there can be unexpected contingencies that we have to meet. So this is why we say in Saturn energy, we have to get real. There are deadlines. There are often long to-do lists, rules that have no exceptions. I don't care who you are, you have to do this, or no, this office isn't going to open for you just because you are flying out of the country and you need your visa right away. Often when we think of Saturn, we think of governments, we think of big institutions that we have to mold ourselves to if we want to receive the rewards that those institutions are offering. But also we don't often think of Saturn as the wise teacher, as our moral compass. And Saturn inhabits this territory too. Saturn can test you on your behavior in terms of ethics and morals. And it's where we are held accountable for karmic lessons and where we can have the most growth. Wherever Saturn is, my friend, in your natal astrology chart, is where you are expected to do the work, whatever the work happens to be for you. Saturn can feel harsh, it can feel heavy, it can feel unrelenting at times. But our hard work is ultimately rewarded, even though it may feel at times like we've been walking in the desert for a long time or we've had a dry spell in this area of our life for a really long time. When is the rain going to come? When am I going to get my fertile harvest? We can feel that way sometimes with Saturn transits. And I'm sure you've heard Saturn matures us. It builds our resilience. It makes us more self-sufficient, more self-reliant. But here's the key, the thing that's really important to remember. In Aries, this is a heart's burning desire. This is a passion. This is where you're being inspired or where you just know, Aries is a just know. I just know I have to follow this calling. I just know I have to say yes to this. Also in Aries, it's where we summon the courage. We do the scary thing. We go to the edge of the cliff and we leap because we have faith that the net will appear. Aries is the Fool in the tarot. We don't know if we can succeed. Whatever this is for you, the area of your life that I will tell you about when we get to the 12 sign readings, you don't know if you can succeed at this. You need the divine to meet you halfway. You need synchronicities and magic and signs to follow because it's new territory. Most likely you haven't done this before, or if you have done something similar, you've done it in a different way. And this is going to be a new challenge. In Aries energy, we are motivated to be bold, be brave, say yes, because on a soul level, we are testing ourselves. On a soul level, we want to see if we can succeed. And this is why I call it in my book a heart's true calling, because if it were easy, and now I sound like Saturn, if it were easy, it wouldn't be so exciting. It wouldn't feel like such a monumental success. So Saturn in Aries is burning a fire in your belly. It is burning a fire underneath you. It is igniting the spark of your heart, of your solar plexus to take a chance, take a risk. Do the thing you think you cannot do, as Eleanor Roosevelt said it. After all, Aries is cardinal fire, Mars ruled. Mars is that masculine energy that we all have, whether we're male or female. We all have this masculine part of us that is driven to succeed. And in Aries, this is independent action. I can do it myself. I want to do it my way. I don't want to wait for anyone else. Aries is naturally impatient. People like to say Aries is impulsive. Sometimes that's true, but it's because we're getting an impulse from the deepest part of us instinctively saying, I have to do this. And Aries is your identity. It is the roles that you play. So whatever you say yes to, while Saturn and Neptune are in Aries, whatever you say yes to, whatever you commit to, Saturn, it's going to require you to have a new identity, a new sense of yourself. And for some of you, this is going to be leadership. Whatever leadership means to you, it could be a leadership role, or it could be you just stepping forth and rising up in a way that ends up being an example for others in some way. And in that process, we experience a rebirth. Aries energy, the first sign of the zodiac, the beginning of spring, rebirthing energy. So this is exciting for this reason. Raise your hand if you're ready for a rebirth. Raise your hand if you're ready to have that inspiration that when you feel it, the enthusiasm wells up in you and you want to call someone. You want to call someone and tell them that you have a new lease on life, that finally, for some of you, something is igniting your inner fire. Can you relate to this? If you can, leave me a comment and let me know. I know I can certainly relate to it. This is what I love about Aries energy. It's also entrepreneurial ventures. And for many of you, you will feel like a beginner at this. You've never done it before. You don't know what you're doing. You're going to have to call in advisors or go to school to get training, to build your skills, something that is brand new to you. New territory, learning as you go, trial by fire. Now, because Saturn is also our soul lessons in the process of saying yes to a heart's calling, many of us are going to learn more patience. That's something that Aries energy is challenged by. We're going to grow our ability to handle frustration or to release anger. We're also going to learn how to communicate our needs and not be afraid of holding other people accountable if that's necessary, and also to face our insecurities, especially around performance and our sense of success. The lower octave of Aries energy is wanting to be the best, wanting to stand out, sourcing our sense of inner value from the approval of others. Many of us have fears of failure or fears of success. This transit is going to help us transmute those. At the end of this transit, when all is said and done, a beautiful gift of this transit will be feeling worthy of success because you're here. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove to anyone else. You don't have to get the A. You don't have to stay late at the office. In other words, this transit wants to help us heal any unhealthy tendencies, especially overachieving, overworking, overpleasing, that don't contribute to balance and harmony and true fulfillment. You are loved and lovable and appreciated because you're here. That's a radical statement to make in this culture. Now, Saturn was last in Aries from April 1996 to February of 1999. So I always think that it can be interesting to go back in time, go back in your memory to spring of 1996 all the way through to February of 1999 and think about, was there anything important during that time that you initiated? Was there a new chapter that you started during that time? Did you leave something and start something else? And when I say this, you could have wonderful memories surface, or you could have difficult, challenging memories surface. And just because you had something really hard happen during that time doesn't mean that it will happen again, for two reasons. One is that you're not the same person that you were then. You've probably grown and evolved significantly. And also, there were different transits that were going on, so we want to keep that in mind. This is one transit, but in this particular area of your life, you can look at what happened for you during that time. And as an example for me, Saturn was in my 10th house of career. Right before Saturn entered Aries, when it was still in Pisces, I left the practice of law, and shortly after that, I was offered a job as a freelance travel writer. Now, it wasn't exactly freelance. I was working for the company, but I had the freedom and the flexibility that a freelancer would have. I got to choose my own hours. My kids were young at the time, so I was able to work while they napped. But it was very Aries for me, because Aries is new beginnings. Aries is doing things that we don't know if we can succeed at. Often we're flying by the seat of our pants, and that was true for me. I was given this job as a travel writer, and I'd never written about travel before. I'd done lots of writing. I had done lots of legal writing, lots of creative writing, but I'd never written about travel and destinations, and yet it worked out fine. They liked what I had to offer. But I always kind of secretly thought that maybe I was getting away with something, because I'd never done it before. And I'm telling you this, my friend, because you may not feel qualified. Deep down, you may feel like, I'm not you fill in the blank. But think transferable skills. Think your experiences. Think about what you do have to offer and why they chose you. They are choosing you. They're choosing you, or you're choosing it for a reason. Maybe you're going to start your own business. Maybe you're going to follow a passion that you don't quite feel qualified for. Well, that's going to be part of the healing of this transit, is to help you realize that if you love it, if you're passionate about it, your heart is calling you to it, those are the qualifications that will open you up to true success. You will learn as you go, Aries energy. And also, because Saturn was in my 10th house of career, which is opposite the 4th house of home, it's notable to say that my former husband and I also built a house during this time. So this is Saturn energy building something. So you could also be creating something that is opposite the house of the one where Saturn is transiting. Or if other planets or points in your natal chart are being activated and they are in different houses, what you're building could be along the lines of the theme of those particular houses. And of course, I would need to see and analyze your natal astrology chart to let you know the specifics of how your natal planets and points are being activated by this transit. Now, it's not just Saturn, of course, that is entering Aries. It's also Neptune. And Neptune is your inner dreamer. Neptune is the dream of your heart right now. In fact, wherever you have Neptune in your natal astrology chart is where you may have a deep longing, is where you have a sense of the ideal, how things should be, how things should flow. And often it's quite emotional. And even if your Neptune is really beautifully aspected, you may still have at times disappointments, feel disillusioned. Someone may come off a pedestal. You may realize you had rose-colored glasses on. You may realize you projected things onto them that weren't true. And that's even if you have a really beautifully aspected Neptune. So part of a Neptune journey, which we're all going to be having starting next spring, is separating the ideal vision, which we're going to be creating, the ideal vision from what is just fantasy, what we can't actually fully create because it's a little bit maybe too ideal, too utopian. And of course, this is a general reading. That experience will be different for everyone. But what I want you to take away from this video is that Neptune is helping you to envision something beautiful, something that your heart truly wants in this Aries area of your chart and your life. And the highest octave of Saturn, the builder, the taskmaster, the planner, coming together with Neptune is Saturn helps us build this vision, this dream. That's the highest octave. Saturn and Aries being willing to have your back, to stand up for you, to help you fight for something or advocate for something if that's needed. Neptune transits are epic. Why? Because Neptune takes 185 years to circle back to the same sign in the zodiac. So Neptune has not been in Aries for 185 years. And when I do a separate video for you on Neptune and Aries, I will talk about the collective events that happened during that time 185 years ago. But for our purposes today, I want to focus on what this means for you personally, for your own empowerment. And Neptune here in Aries for you is helping you to claim your freedom, your independent, individual freedom to do life your way, to have what you know you most desire in your heart of hearts. And Saturn coming together with Neptune here is also giving you the courage to fight for, because Aries is the spiritual warrior, Aries is willing to fight for what it wants. Igniting the fire within you to believe in yourself, to believe that you can create what you most want. The lower octave potentially of this transit would be Saturn, the taskmaster, holding you accountable for past actions, perhaps where you or someone else wasn't fully acting in integrity, procrastinated on something, didn't do the work, or where we're just not willing to do the hard work. The thing about Aries energy is it wants immediate gratification. It's like, okay, tell me what to do, and can we get this done quickly because I have other things I want to do. That's not Saturn. Saturn is like, we need to do the slow building, methodical effort. And Neptune too is not always in alignment with that. Neptune can be where we escape into fantasy. Neptune can be where we just want to be in la la land. We don't want to do all this hard work necessarily. So that's where you could have Saturn and the taskmaster saying, get real, here's what it's going to take. And Neptune not wanting to do all that hard work or preferring to check out. And then you would have a clash between the two. But if you have a dream that is very important to you, something that your heart really wants, Neptune, and that dreamer in you can sit down with Saturn and say to Saturn, this is the dream, this is the vision. Saturn, will you help me to make this reality? Then you can get these two planets on the same page. And that's what a conjunction is, by the way. It's both planets on the same page. It's up to us to say yes to both of these energies. But if we do, they can come together to make something happen that we can enjoy the benefits of for years to come. Now, the thing to keep in mind with Saturn and Neptune and Aries is we're entering into a new paradigm. We're going to be asked by our own souls, our own spirit, and just where our planet has evolved to. Those of us who are on a spiritual path, those of us who are consciously entering into this new era, we're going to be asked to release any ego-based tendencies that drain our energy, such as striving, wanting to get to the top just because that's where we get the most gratification. That's ego gratification, right? Saturn and Neptune now in Aries want us to follow a soul goal, a purpose-driven aspiration. And to do this, we may have to redefine success for ourselves. How do you know if it's a soul goal versus an ego goal? It is inspiring. It is passionate for you, and you probably don't know how you're going to make it happen. That is a sign to work with the divine, and it is a sign that you're on the right track, my friend. Neptune is going to dissolve, remove, or burn up Aries energy, anything that is not in alignment with our soul's path. It's going to call on the carpet anyone that has acted unethically or any kind of corruption. That is the clearing, that is the dissolving that some people may experience with this Neptune transit. But what I love about this transit that I'm excited to tell you is that we're going to get powerful, energetic flow and support from two other outer planets. Pluto in Aquarius will make a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in Aries, and Uranus in Gemini is also going to make a sextile to the Aries energies. Both Pluto and Uranus being in air signs is going to put the wind in our sails to propel us forward in the direction of what our hearts truly desire. Okay, my beautiful friend, let's do the 12 sign readings now. In your readings, I'm going to let you know where you will be experiencing in your natal astrology chart, based on your rising sign, this transit of Saturn, two transits, Saturn and Neptune, ingressing into Aries in 2025, and where they will be coming together, conjuncting in July of 2025. I'm going to try and keep this to 1 or 2 lines. I'm going to try and keep it brief, but I will also pull an oracle card for each of the 12 signs as well. And keep in mind that I will be doing separate videos for you on each of these transits as we get closer to them. So if you're not subscribed, be sure and subscribe so you don't miss that video. Let's start with Aries, because Aries, this is your epic transit. This is going to be huge for you. Why do I say this? Because to have Saturn and Neptune, and this is for Aries rising, transiting your first house is a really big deal. This is going to be you building a new dream in the area of yourself, the identity. This is you, Aries. This is how you see yourself, how you want other people to see you. And often this translates to a role, a personal or professional role, a title that we have, whether it's title as a business owner or as a parent or as the head of the board of directors. You get the idea. It often translates into a title or a status. And it affects our vitality, our physical health, our appearance. You may change your appearance. You might start to dress differently, depending on what you are saying yes to, what you are taking on. And it will be a reach for you. It will be a challenge, because that's Aries energy, and you know it well, Aries. But this is what it is for you. It could be a new job. It could be a new home. It could be a new starting a family. It could be retiring. It could be any of these things, because it's happening in your first house, and this is your identity. Now, this is what you're building with Saturn's help as you do the work, as you are willing to commit and set the boundaries and hold others accountable as well as yourself. But also, you're going to be dissolving an old identity because we can't take on a new one without dissolving an old one. And this may mean letting go of subconscious tendencies that have to do with the ego, that have to do with our fears, our insecurities, where we're afraid of failure, where we're afraid of success even. These are the things that Neptune is going to be helping us dissolve, so that we know that we are successful because we're here. You're successful because you're here, because you are doing what you came here to do, Aries. That's what's important, following your heart, following your passion. So let me pull a card for you now and see what the cards have to say. Aries. It's going to be an epic year for you, 2025, beginning 2025. And your card is Archangel Metatron. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes, chakra clearing. There's so much purple in this card. This is a card of ascension. This is a beautiful practice for you to do. And big picture, this is saying you are going to ascend with this transit. If you are doing the work, I love the way it matches the flowers in the background. You are going, this transit is going to evolve you to the next level of your consciousness. Beautiful Aries. If you resonate with this, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear. Pisces, hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, you are building a new identity, a new dream. You are following a longing in your heart, in your house of self-worth, values, and earned income. So translated, this means many of you will get a new job, you will ask for a promotion, you will start your own company, you will do something that earns you more income, or that gives you the Some of you could downsize. So I don't necessarily want to say more income, but for a lot of you, I think it will mean that, but it's going to bring in your sense of, am I getting paid what I'm worth? Am I doing the thing for the amount of money, the amount of effort that I'm putting in that feels like balance? It feels like harmony, where you're going to be dissolving fears around success and failure, perhaps, or rectifying if you don't feel like you have work-life balance, or you don't feel like you are loving yourself as fully as you could, or you don't feel like you have the self-worth that you would like to have. This is also, Neptune is going to be helping you to dissolve these fears. Neptune is going to be helping you to see that you are worthy because you're here. Whenever we have Saturn transiting our second house, it often has to do with authority figures, quote unquote authority figures, setting a boundary with us or us building something new. And again, this all revolves around you feeling good about your material security, you feeling safe, solid, secure about your the roof over your head, all of your material needs being met, the possessions you have, and so on. So this could also mean that part of your new identity and dream has to do with certain possessions or a certain kind of home or certain assets or investments. Okay, so Pisces. Your card is Gifts from God, Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. I love this. You see the fuchsia color. Fuchsia is the root chakra. Second house is often connected to the root chakra because it is our material security. And this is saying you deserve and you are worthy of everything that your heart truly wants, whatever would make you feel solid and secure in this world. Beautiful Pisces, you deserve it. All you have to do is open up to receive it and know in your heart of hearts, in every cell of your body, in your bones, that you are worthy of whatever the Creator is ready to bestow upon you. So if this resonates, I would love to hear. Leave me a comment. Let us know. Okay, Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Beautiful Aquarius, you are building a new dream in your house of local networks and environments, your neighborhood, your communication, how you schmooze with people in your life, whether it's through emails, whether it's through going to a coffee shop or working out at a certain place or doing yoga, wherever you do that, wherever you have people that you interact with that where you're connecting with people on a heart level. This is part of your new dream. And I know a lot of you Aquarians, I know Aquarians who are quite social and who love that back and forth. And then I know some who are very introverted and more intellectual, and Aquarians can sometimes say, I love people, just not individual people. And I know that's not all of you. It's a generalization. However, the reason I bring it up is that some of you, your dream could have to do with working with others, being in community, maybe putting effort into a specific cause or your own business. The third house where this is happening for you is connected to freelancing. It's connected to doing our own thing, doing our own writing or presenting or speaking or publishing. Or it's us performing somewhere, like if you do stand-up comedy someplace, or if you do have a one-person show, or you have a daycare center. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but ultimately you are interacting with people in the local community. You could also change your inner narrative, rewrite the story of who you are or your life during this transit as well. You could release what we call ego-based tendencies, our coping mechanisms, many of which we learned as children in order to survive in the environment we were raised in. You could release one or more of those during this transit. Neptune could come help you burn those away, or a relationship with a sibling, an aunt, uncle, or cousin, a neighbor, a landlord, and so on could be transformed during this transit as well. So Aquarius, let me pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say. Right now, most of you, or I should say very soon, you may really notice that you have a new desire, a new dream, a new wish, or a new desire to connect with the divine, to make this part of your life feel more soul connected, more spirit led. And it may be that the signs and synchronicities that we can see on a daily basis, that you want to ramp up that part of your life. You want more of that magic in your life, because this is that area of life where we can get really ignited by our interactions with others in our local hood. So let me pull a card for you now, Aquarius. Aquarius, your card is Spread Your Wings, Aquarius. Archangel Ariel, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. Aquarius, what are you ready to soar with? What I love about this card is it's kind of the colors in it are a little bit muted. It's a little bit retro, and it reminds me of some of those old kind of zany films where people were willing to take risks and go out of their comfort zone and do the wild woman kind of things or the wild man kind of things. There is a place inside of you that knows exactly what your next step is, Aquarius. It knows exactly what is ready to be ignited in your heart. Tap into that deep part of you and you will soar. Capricorn, beautiful Capricorn, you are igniting a new dream, hope, or wish. A new place where you're ready to do the hard work that Saturn's going to have you do in your fourth house of home, family, and childhood conditioning. So for many of you, this is going to be a new home. For some of you, this is going to be a move to a new place. Some of you are going to change the people that live in your home, new roommates or people moving out and so on. Some of you, it'll be redecorating. It will be remodeling. This is where Neptune wants something new and different that is going to really be healing to your heart. Saturn's going to help you as long as you're willing to do the hard work and take the steps and advocate for yourself if necessary. Now, what you're releasing with Neptune, the part of Neptune that dissolves and lets something go, we're releasing ego-based tendencies, survival fears, fear of success, fear of failure in this area of your life as well. So for you, it will depend on what you're doing. Like if you're building a house, like I mentioned in part one of this video that we did, I had to release a lot of fears as I went along about, expressing what I really needed when we weren't on the same page with the contractor, or expressing to my former husband what I needed him to do because he was the main person that communicated with our contractor. I had to be willing to stand my ground when it was very uncomfortable. But because I wanted this beautiful home so badly, I was willing to do that. And that should be true for you as well, Capricorn. Aries energy helps us to rise through adversity. And it helps us to, because we want it so much, it helps us to do the hard thing. Whatever you are releasing during this time, and it could also be something that is taking you into your own inner discovery, your own exploration, on a very personal level, releasing a childhood imprint, for example, doing some of that shadow work, it's going to increase your ability to feel rooted and secure wherever you are, because this is also the house of our roots and our sense of belonging. And ultimately, that's what you're creating, Capricorn, is a sense of I belong here, wherever it is. And it could be simply I belong in this body, in my heart, I feel more comfortable in my own skin as a result of any inner shedding you do during this transit. So Capricorn, let me pull a card for you now too and see what the cards have to say. Capricorn. Sensitivity. Archangel Haniel. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. I love this card because during Neptune transits, we are often more sensitive, and especially a fourth house transit, it's happening on a deep personal level for you. It is the most personal area of our chart. So this card is saying, as you can tell, to, be in nature, listen to music, do the things that you need to do to really soothe your spirit, that your spirit wants, so that you can, for those of you who like are really affected by harsh sounds or by certain chemicals in the air or things that you eat, this is saying pay close attention to that as well. Really take care of all the aspects of your physical well-being that you need in order to honor your sensitivities. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, beautiful Sag. You are experiencing this ingress, this transit of Saturn and Neptune in Aries in your 5th house of pleasure and fun, love and romance, true love and romance. This is also creative expression, unbridled creative expression, letting your freak flag fly, letting yourself really express like the child within you would want to express. And it's also children, if you have children or you want children or you work with children. So what a beautiful place to have Neptune transiting. Now you, I have to say, are going to be extra susceptible, most of us are with Neptune transiting our 5th house, to falling in love very quickly, to potentially projecting things on other people that aren't true about them. So just be aware of that. Saturn, though, usually holds us to reality. It usually takes away any tendency to put someone on a pedestal or to have those rose-colored glasses on. Saturn usually brings us right back down to earth. So you may not have to be concerned about that. But what Neptune is going to do also is help you to face any disappointments that you've had in your past, perhaps, or help you to burn through any sense of disillusionment, especially around love, romance, or your creative expression, or having to do with an experience with a child. Ultimately, this transit wants us to purge any insecurities and fears about success or failure so that we can rise to the next level of our creative expression and our ability to experience ecstatic joy and passion in this area of our lives. So Sag, let me pull a card for you and we'll see what the cards have to say for you. Sag, your card is Comfort. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Some of you will have a heart healing during this transit. Now, you're getting a trine from this energy, Sag, so that's really beautiful. That is positive energy flow. That is potentially something landing in your lap. That's a lot of ease and grace. So when I see this card, I see throat chakra, and you know, some of you may go through some sort of a letting go, like having to let go of something, a dream or something along those lines, only if it's really expired for you. If it's really over for you, we do have to be willing during a Saturn Neptune transit to really see the truth, to be fiercely honest with ourselves about what has expired for us, what is no longer in alignment with our soul. So this card could be talking about that specifically. Speak your truth. Don't be afraid to tell somebody what you need. Don't be afraid to stand your ground, beautiful Sag, so that you can enjoy the beautiful trine energy that you're getting from this transit. Scorpio, hello, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpio, you are experiencing Saturn and Neptune coming together, helping you ignite a new dream, a new sense of longing, perhaps in your 6th house of daily work, your lifestyle, your habits. This is the food you eat, the exercise that you do, how you retain your optimal health, basically. With Neptune here, you have a new dream for a certain kind of work, for a certain kind of energy level, or for your body to feel a certain way, especially because Aries is ruled by Mars and Mars is the physical body. You probably, many of you want more freedom, more flexibility. You want to do this area of your life or your lifestyle in general your way. It is time for for you to be able to create what you want. That is Aries energy. And what you're doing in terms of releasing, what Neptune may help you dissolve, is any fears regarding your health, any fears regarding your ability to design your life your way, or to do a job or create your own company or create your own freelancing work that gives you the freedom, the flexibility that you so desire, Scorpio. So let me shuffle for you and see what the cards have to say for you. Scorpio, your card is moon cycles. Notice how the moon, this is Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon, it's getting dark in here. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon those cycles. So what jumps out at me when I see this card is the bird above her head. And this is telling me that you have a lot of angelic guides and helpers, your guardian angel or angels. You have a lot of helpers that want to bring you assistance and inspiration, Scorpio. Not only this, but this card is saying, if you haven't done it already, tap into moon cycles. Follow when it's a new moon, when it's a first quarter moon, when the moon is waxing or waning, and when you're about to approach a full moon, and what those different things mean, because it will help you to track your own manifestations and help you to see when you are manifesting. That will build your confidence in your manifesting ability, beautiful Scorpio. So if this resonates, leave me a comment, let me know. I would love to hear. Libra, hello, beautiful Libra. Libra, you are experiencing a new dream, a new heart's longing, getting ready to manifest something, wanting to manifest something with Saturn and Neptune coming together in your 7th house of partnerships. So this is going to be clearly a dream that is connected to relationships. And for many of you, this will be a romantic partner or a business partner, someone who has your back, somebody with whom you can confide deeply. You can have an experience of true equal partnership. This is where you're activating a new vision. So for some of you, this is beginning at this point, thinking about, what do I want in a partner? For others of you, you want to take a partnership to the next level. And for some of you, you may be ready to dissolve a partnership. That's Neptune too. That may be changing an agreement with someone, renegotiating an agreement, setting new boundaries, and so on. Where you're going to be releasing ego-based tendencies, that's Aries energy, where you're going to be doing that or shifting your identity. Remember, Aries is our identity. So you could be changing your sense of identity. For example, going from single to partnered, going from dating somebody to marrying somebody, going from partnered to single, any of those things. But this transit, Neptune wants to help you to release any fear-based insecurities. Of course, all insecurities are fear-based, so that you can begin to communicate and know and then relay to the other, whoever the other is, your needs. Also, any fear of being alone for some of you, or any fear of just generally not being successful, maybe not being able to hold on to a committed partnership or sustain one. That could be part of it too. Or just your fear of possibly, because in Aries we want independence and freedom, so it could be a fear of losing your freedom. We can be in committed partnership and negotiate boundaries that allow us to feel free as well, right? So Libra, let me shuffle and see what the cards have to say. And partnerships, of course, are very important to you because you're Venus ruled and you rule the 7th house. So this is an exciting transit for you. I love it. Okay. Saturn here, we have to hold ourselves and others accountable. That's a Saturn transit. Okay. You know what to do, says this card. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Libra, even though this transit is happening, it's not going to be until the spring that Neptune moves into this area and Saturn will move into the same house shortly after that, even though we have some months to go from when this video is going live, the truth is that you probably already know what to do regarding partnership, especially because Neptune is at 29 degrees. So you may already know, even though it's in Pisces, it's the last degree of Pisces, and we already are beginning to know in our heart of hearts what we truly want. So you know what to do. Act upon it without delay, beautiful Libra. And if this resonates, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Virgo, hello, beautiful Virgo. Virgo, you are building a new dream or creating a new vision in your house of intimate partnerships, shared resources, death and rebirth, transformation, the house of power. This is the 8th house. This is where we do want to create emotional and or sexual intimacy with another person. I know not all of you want that, but it's also the house of business partnership. It is where we really do commit both feet in, because it not only affects like putting a ring on it, so to speak. I love that phrase. It not only affects, we didn't have that phrase when I was a kid that I knew, maybe it was there and I just never heard it, but it also is connected to wherever we have a very close business relationship, and it's also connected to clients. So Virgo, you could be wanting to build something that is going to bring you more clients or bring you the right clients, your ideal clients, so to speak, or finding people that can partner with you, colleagues and so forth. And also you could be thinking about investments, you could be thinking about assets, you could be thinking about buying a home. The 4th house is home and so on, but this is also the assets, the real estate assets in the 8th house. And where you are releasing something here, because with Neptune you're releasing any unconscious fears of loss, death for some of you, or fear of success or fear of failure. And this is around money and power and sharing resources with another person. So let me pull a card for you. Virgo, your card is Divine Order. I love this card. Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past any illusion, Neptune, and see the underlying order. I love this card so much. The scales. This is Libra energy, balancing the scales. And of course, Libra is across from Aries on the zodiac wheel. And this is saying you are in the exact right place, Virgo. If you have any fears at all that you should be, so often we think, oh, I should be further along. I'm behind. I don't have what it takes to succeed. All of those things. Any fears that you have right now, this is saying, especially around the timing of something, no, all is in divine, perfect order. And beautiful Virgo, if this resonates, or if it made you feel better, leave me a comment. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Leo, hello, beautiful Leo. Leo, you are experiencing the Saturn Neptune Conjunction in Aries in your 9th house. You are building a new dream. You are going after a heart's true longing in the area of long distance travel or living abroad for some of you. This is also work in the government or the law. This is also academic programs. This is higher learning. It can be a metaphysical program, a astrology course, that kind of thing as well, learning Reiki, or you could be getting a traditional PhD or master's degree. This is the house of publishing. So those of you who want to publish something, whether it's videos or books or courses, you are creating a new dream here. When you've got Neptune in a house, this is the ideal. You're visioning an ideal. Beautiful time to be doing a vision board, for example. Where you are releasing fears and something is dissolving, Neptune, is any fear of success or failure, any fear of that would be connected to an oppressive belief system, perhaps, because this is the house of spirituality and expansion, and we can have been raised in some sort of faith or religion that made us feel somehow there just isn't a match for you anymore, and somehow it could feel oppressive to you. Or it could be that you are graduating, letting go of something that is just, you're done with. It's over. It just isn't a match for you anymore. Some of you could be leaving. If you move to a different country, you could be leaving that country, going someplace else, or going back home again. Whatever it is for you, you are ready to expand. You are ready to really spread your wings here, beautiful Leo. Let me see what the cards have for you. Ah, Leo. Your card is Take Back Your Power. Archangel Raziel, it's your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Yes, the ninth house is the house of blessings. So I love this because you see all this yellow energy. That's claircognizance. That's the things you know without realizing how you know them. And many of you are now taking back your power. If you gave power away to an institution, to the law, to a government body, anything like that, or just to another person, an authority in your life, a religious institution, for example, many of you may be taking back that power now and doing your own thing. This is the house, after all, of teaching and learning. And this is the lifelong learner, always learning. So Leo, you are spreading your wings, like I said, you're taking back your power and you're stepping into a much softer energy. All of the pink here is a softer, more unconditionally loving energy, loving yourself, giving yourself the approval that maybe you're saying no to someone else's approval, you're going against what someone else's views are, but you are approving of your inner child and giving him or her the love and the acceptance that they've been longing for perhaps their whole life, your whole life, Leo. So if this resonates, leave me a comment. Let me know. I would love to hear. Cancer, hello, beautiful Cancer. Beautiful Cancer, you and I, because I have Cancer rising and Cancer moon also, we are experiencing, if you are a Cancer rising, this transit of Saturn and Neptune entering the 10th house of career, legacy, you actualizing your life purpose. This really is the house of self-actualization in a lot of ways. This is you maybe doing your work differently, starting your own business, following a passion, doing something that you don't know if you can succeed at it. As I spoke about in the first part of this video, we don't know if we can succeed when we are leaping off the cliff, right? We don't know, but we can feel in our heart of hearts that we just know. It's that just know feeling, I have to do this. So it has to be passionate for you. It has to be where you are feeling the fire lit in your belly, Cancer. Some of you could be, because Neptune is also often, we're letting something go. You could be letting go of an old career. You could be realizing that something has just run its course for you. You could find that you're, so I'll give you a quick example. During the last transit of Neptune in Pisces, just as I was beginning to create a following among lawyers, putting my work out to attorneys, doing work-life balance workshops and so on, just as I was getting into that, the head of the Continuing Legal Education Board decided that those courses that many of us wanted to give, those of us who were coaches, that they need to create new bylaws, so Saturn, right? New bylaws to let us continue. And that took 4 years for the Supreme Court to ratify those bylaws, which, by the way, they asked us to write, and we put our time and energy into for free to write. But because it took them 4 years to ratify, I had to change my brand and the audience with whom I worked. So something like that could be happening for you too. It's just when Neptune comes along and takes away the old, it is creating space for something that's more in alignment with us, but it can feel really frustrating when it's happening, especially since this is Neptune in Aries. We are going to have frustration come up. But if that happens for you, it is clear, it is literally taking something away so that you can do something that you will enjoy more, or you'll have a new audience, or you'll have a new craft, some of you, something that is better for you, perhaps on many levels, including physically, perhaps for some of you, Cancer. Also, because this transit is happening across from your 4th house, you could have a change in your home as well. You could buy a new house, move to another house, build a new house, any of those things. You will be thinking, some of you, about legacy. Some of you want to retire. Some of you want to semi-retire. That's very Neptunian, is closing out a life chapter and starting a new chapter. So I would not be surprised if some of you can relate to that as well. Or maybe you have been stay-at-home parents and now you're wanting to get back into the out of the home workforce. Or maybe you've been in the, like, showing up to an office every day and now you want to work from home. There's something that is closing out and something that is opening up for you, that is aligned with your heart's desire, that you're passionate about, that you're inspired toward, Cancer. So let me pull a card and see what the card is for you, Cancer. Your card is Remember Who You Are, Archangel Michael. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. I love this card. I love this card. Remember who you are. You can do anything that your heart desires, Cancer, because you are a co-creator with your divine source. So much light in this card. And notice that Archangel Michael is carrying a torch. So some of you are carrying a torch of inspiration, of a sense of purpose, something that you know you have to do. And there's so much blue in this card, which is throat chakra energy. You're aligned with the stars. You're speaking your truth. You are remembering. This is an awakening for some of you. You will be awakening to your heart. You will be going through some sort of like next level spiritual awakening, a new sense of enlightenment, perhaps some of you, reconnecting with the fact that you are channeling the divine. You are the divine. The divine is you. You are a spirit of pure love, beautiful Cancer. If this resonates, and you have the power to create whatever you want in your life. So if this resonates, let me know. You will inspire all of us. Gemini, hello, beautiful Gemini. Gemini, you are having this transit of Saturn coming together with Neptune in Aries in your house of friendships, online networks, social media platforms. This is your house of true dreaming, fulfillment. This is the dream of your life right now, Gemini. What do you want most right now? What is most important to your heart? This is also long-term financial gains. And for any of you who are inspired by a cause, any of you who are inspired by changing the world, so to speak, a new support system. This is the house of alliances, support system. Some of you need a more deeply rooted support system. But you're building a new dream here, and that support system may be part of it, that really helps to make you feel more solid and secure and supported in this world as well. And because this 11th house is across from the 5th house of children and creativity and love and romance, your dream could have to do with any of those things as well. So Gemini, you are getting a sextile from these two transits, Saturn and Neptune, both in Aries and coming together in a conjunction. A sextile is where you notice a need and you ask for your need to be met from the appropriate resource and you get it met. So that's beautiful. That is you getting a practical solution, a problem solved, or someone giving you an opportunity that you need, beautiful Gemini. So let us see what the cards have to say for you. I think a lot of you do want a new best friend, perhaps, or a new support network. Your card is, oh, I love this. You're overcoming difficulties, Gems. Archangel Jeremiah, the worst is now behind you. Yes, yes, yes. Saturn will be moving. It is in Pisces as this video is going live, and that is makes a square to your energy. So a lot of you have probably felt that. But the worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. Gems, what I love about this card is the movement and the fact that this is a feather, and this feather is connected to the divine, and this bird is connected to the divine, and this is air energy, the bird energy, right, Gems? I love birds. As a Gemini sun, I forgot to say I'm a Gemini sun, and I'm really connected to birds, and I bet a lot of you are as well, too, because it's air energy. But you can see how there's this vortex of energy beneath the bird. And that is propelling this bird forward. This bird is so connected to the divine, the light up here, this vortex of energy down here, and these mountains that you can fly over. Forget trying to climb the mountain, Gemini. You're flying over the mountain. You're flying over it. You're flying above the clouds. You're flying above the cold and the snow. If you felt out in the cold, if you felt like you didn't have the friends that you needed, that is going to change for you during this transit. Beautiful Gemini. I'm claiming this myself. If you want to claim it in the comments below. I would love to hear. Taurus, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, you are experiencing this transit of Saturn and Neptune ingressing into your 12th house, the house of the mystic, the house of your divine connection, the house of reprogramming the subconscious mind. You are going to experience a new dream here. So, first of all, for what I feel for most of you, a lot of you, is that you want enlightenment. You are, let's say, the next level of it. You want to have a spiritual awakening. You want to deepen your connection with the divine. My book helps you with that, by the way. The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. I do help you with the process of romancing your soul, partnering with your soul, deepening that divine connection. Many of you may want to do more inner excavation, more like looking into past lives, deep guided meditations. I have many of those on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist for you you can tap into. Plus, you can get a free guided meditation when you sign up for my weekly inspirational astrology updates. That is free, instant download. But I think a lot of you are going to really want to delve deeper into like things like the Akashic records, soul retrieval, astral travel. You may want to do more of those kinds of practices or look more into that. An expansion of who you are on a spiritual level. This is the house of that kind of expansion. Also, some of you wanted to Neptune dissolving an old narrative, dissolving relationships that are karmic relationships. That's 12th house too. So you may notice that some of your relationships just leave, just go away, just dissolve. And that's hard if there are people that you've had in your life forever that you really love and cherish, but know that you will see them on the other side when this journey, this physical earthly life is all done and over. And it's not going to happen if you are still growing together. If not, or if someone doesn't truly have your back, which can happen, especially in 12th house energy, then it is the best thing for you, Taurus. So also some of you may want to start a healing business, or you may want to go into a line of work that is 12th house related, like, for example, mediumship work, or where you channel divine messages, or you could decide you want to do hospice work, or you want to help prisoners, things like that. Work in a hospital, that's also 12th house. Okay, so let me shuffle the cards for you. And, you know, because Saturn's transiting this house, there's a dream here for sure of you, what you want to experience, but there's also the work. That's Saturn doing the work, right? But it will be inspired work because it's Aries energy. Okay, Taurus. Your card is the outdoors. Archangel Jophiel. Go outside, get fresh air, connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. Okay, I'm not surprised this card is coming up because the 12th house, where you will have Saturn and Neptune transiting, is opposite the 6th house of health. So I'm not surprised. Sometimes when we have a transit like this, something can come up in our health. And this is saying, really look after your health, nurture yourself with all of those wonderful things that we do to feel grounded, like being in the outdoors, connect to Mother Earth, make sure you're getting the nourishment that you need, all of those beautiful practices, Taurus. So if this resonates, leave me a message below. And some of you are going to have a heart healing as well, the green in this card. She is so adorned with beauty. Taurus, I know that beauty is important to you, very important to you. Give yourself the beauty that you need as well. Let me know in the comments below if this resonates. I would love to hear. My beautiful friend, I hope this video was helpful to you as we did a dive into two of the most important transits of 2025, Saturn entering Aries, Neptune entering Aries, and the Saturn Neptune conjunction. I will do separate videos for you on each of these transits as we get closer to that time. But I hope that you are excited, as I am, to start thinking about where is this dream of your life? What is it for you? How can you ignite the longing in your heart? That is Aries energy. What is the universe, your own heart, your own soul calling you to? I hope that this has helped you to begin to think about this. Thank you for liking this video, for giving it a thumbs up, for leaving me a comment, for sharing this with your friends, for subscribing to my channel so that you help support my work. It means the world to me. Thank you to those of you who donate to the channel. They totally make my day. There's a link below to buy me a coffee, and that really does make a difference to my heart, especially. If you would like support, if you would like further guidance on your astrology chart, go to my website, check out the testimonials that other clients have left after working with me. I love helping to show you what jumps out about your chart, your gifts, your talents, the things that make you you, the things that make your chart remarkable. Every chart uniquely reflects who you are and what you came here to do and be and experience. We will also talk about the transits that are happening, how all of the planets, especially the outer planets, are affecting you right now. The most challenging ones, when will they end? What are you meant to grow through? How can you empower yourself through these transits? And the transits of ease and grace, how can you work with those as well? And what's coming up for you that you have to look forward to? I will also look at the upcoming eclipses for you and let you know how can you best work with those energies as well. It's easy to book on my website. Just go choose the service that you want, find a time that works for you, and I look forward to meeting you on Zoom. I have a free gift for you that is a soothing guided meditation that will connect you to your inner heart and soul, to your unconditionally loving divine support. And to get that free gift, instant download from me, go to my website, subscribe to my weekly inspirational updates for free, and you'll get that instant download right away. Ready or not, 2025 is going to be a very different year from 2024. I know we've already been through it. I know that we're going through lots of changes, but this is going to be truly exciting to enter into this Aries energy. So let me know what you think of Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear. And until my next video, my beautiful friend, I am sending you all my love.